As it says on my channel art, opinions, reviews and comedy. This is my opinion. So this is my opinion, not medical advice. I wanted to talk to you about vitamins and supplements. And if you stay with me after this short video, I'll tell you a funny little story that happened to me once. Okay, so vitamins and minerals are essential to your immune system any time of the year, not just at the moment. The main reason I'm making this video now is that I've seen a few doctors who I otherwise respect what they make on YouTube saying that vitamin C in particular is not important to your immune system because we get all the supplements we need naturally. Now yes, in an ideal world of course we would get all the vitamins and minerals that we need. However, we don't live in an ideal world and all of our diets are not perfect diets, except for vitamin D, which is why I specifically often mention going out in the sun for a few minutes a day at least. Vitamin D also, in my anxiety and depression tips video that I did a few years ago, I found helps lift your mood. There'll be a link to all of these in the description area. So that brings us on to the point of supplements. Now I had a friend for a few years that used to work in the pharmaceutical industry as a rep in the UK. I did actually ask him once if he'd like to do a little video with me on it, but for his own reasons he declined, and that's fair enough. The one thing he told me though, as an insider, is that you may as well, essentially, any supplements you take, just piss them out because your body doesn't absorb much of them. Well, that's true when you have a normal intake of vitamins, but as I just said, we don't all have that. Now, why I in particular mention vitamin C is that a lot of viruses, etc., pathogens, when they invade your body and your immune system is fighting those off, they do deplete certain things, vitamin C being one of them. And as someone who, you may not know, once spent a month in ICU and 10 days in a coma through double pneumonia, I know that they do give you vitamin C as one of the intravenous drips that they have going into you. So therefore it is essential. Now I'm not going to go into great detail about the intricacies of how the body works. There's plenty of much better videos than this one to show you that when you look it up. There's another aspect too that comes into play, and that's that most of the supplement manufacturers are now owned by the big pharmaceutical companies. It may not be too apparent, but most of them are. Therefore, let's just say they dilute the concentrates of things. So they're maybe not as quite effective as they could have been. By far and away, the best way to get vitamins is through fresh fruit and vegetables. Vitamin C supplements, yes, I take them myself, particularly at the moment, and ideally you should have around 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily, broken up over the day. And I'll get to that in a moment, why I say that. Because when you buy the vitamin C supplements, you're not getting the whole vitamin C. And again, look that up if you're interested, what I mean about that. Ironically, the highest food in vitamin C is not oranges, as you'd suspect. It's actually sauerkraut. Go figure. So I've been eating a lot of sauerkraut as well lately too, which comes with its own little side effects. I also made a video a while back about alternative versus conventional medicine, and I'll link that as well. It's about informed choice. Now, once upon a time I used to take and sell something, I won't name the product because I'm not involved with it anymore. It wasn't a vitamin or a supplement, but it did claim to boost your immune system by 437%. And believe me, I have videos that I'm probably not allowed to show where it's actually fighting the big C, and by that I don't mean the swear word. Anyway, it's irrelevant. I got out of it because for some reason, and I suspect it was, financial, they changed the formula and I didn't find it worked anywhere near as well. Back when it did, however, I never got sick once in the years that I was taking it. In fact, a good mate of mine was sick once, and I went up to his place. I said, right, put the kettle on, I'm coming over for a coffee. I took up 6, I think it was, of these tablets. I said, take those. And I think the next day or the day after, he was back to normal. So anyway, little side note there. Now, with the oranges and the vitamin C, I was going on a hot date back in my 20s, and I had a bit of a cold, and I thought, well, this is not good. So I ate, I think it was 4 oranges, and within an hour or two, miraculously, I felt 100%. So I went off on the date. Unfortunately, on the way to that date, there was a little bit of rain. I hadn't replaced the back tyre on my Honda 750 motorbike, so I took a corner I was unfamiliar with that suddenly went, curved really quickly, and I went that way into a paddock, crashed the bike, busted my clavicle. But let's just say I still had a good night, and leave it at that. So anyway, it's important to keep your vitamin levels up. Then fast forward a few years later, where the same mate I mentioned earlier and I were going to a restaurant. The trouble is I had a bit of a cold, so I quickly ate 8 oranges. 8 oranges. And well, we had our meal, we're at the restaurant, and all of a sudden I got this horrendous pain in the stomach. And I said, we need to go home now. And he said, well, I want to get some ice cream first. I said, stuff the ice cream, I will buy you ice cream. We're going now. And then, of course, I spent the rest of the night literally on the toilet. So don't have too many oranges at once is the lesson there. Well, it's taken almost 14 years, but if you would like to subscribe, please do. Because I'd like to get to at least 2,000 subscribers by my birthday on the 12th of June. There's links to how to do that below. Or perhaps you have subscribed in the past, yet you're not finding out when my new videos are coming up. That's the reason so many YouTubers for at least the last year or a bit have been saying to click the little bell and select the word all notifications, because otherwise you don't get to know when the new videos come up. I don't know why YouTube introduced that, but they did. So that not just applies to my channel but other channels, so make sure you click the all button, or else you may not know when the next video is up. And I do tend to make them at least weekly, sometimes a bit more often depending on circumstances. Okay, stay healthy. Cheers everyone, see you in the next video.